Frank Pavone here, bringing you my daily diary segment. What did I do each day? Today I want to cover Sunday, August 25th through Wednesday, August 28th of 2024. I was here at our headquarters on Sunday the 25th, of course, being Sunday. There's always worship and extra time of prayer, a little relaxation, connecting with family and so forth. But I did have a number of things at my desk, communication about our messages that we put into the local Chamber of Commerce on our pro-life activities, some work on social media strategy, communication with our team, and also on ballot measure spots that we are making to defeat the abortion amendments on the ballot in various parts of the country. I had our 10 a.m. Scripture live broadcast right here from this studio. More work at my desk, some advanced taping here in the studio of various programs for the week. And then at 1:50 p.m., a live interview on Newsmax, followed by lunch. I had a late lunch at the restaurant up the street. Came back and then continued a lot of planning work for the following month, for September, as well as, again, planning and taping of broadcasts and getting ready for some upcoming trips. So that was basically studio work and desk work, really the rest of the day, the rest of the afternoon and into the evening, Sunday the 25th. Monday the 26th of August began here again early. In between some of the meetings I'm going to tell you about here, the following items took up my attention for desk work, emails, phone calls, ballot related radio show and video spots and radio spots. Again, when I say ballot, these are abortion amendments that are going to be voted on in various states. Work in regard to promoting early voting. Signed books. I signed some books and they get those out to people who purchase them from us. The distribution list of leaders who are working against these ballot initiatives. Got some information together about that. Planning for the visit of one of our priests, Father Begany, and planning for him to do some broadcast masses for all of you. Parish fax, approving a fax to go out to all the parish churches around the country. We do that periodically. Getting some information to our website people about a nice award that I received recently, Statesman of the Year award. Communication with the Trump campaign, some Praying for America plans, that is for our program, future broadcasts. Approval of an email going out from Priests for Life, we do one every day. And our travelogue, approval of one of our monthly newsletters that goes out from Priests for Life. On the 26th, aside from connecting with staff early in the morning with our usual morning briefing, I did that. I had a meeting at 10 with our social media and broadcast department. At 10:30, I had a meeting with my brother over the phone, some things we're doing to help my mom up at the house in New York. And then lunch, 1 o'clock taping of Praying for America here in the studio, followed at 1:45 by a phone call with the family of one of our supporters. Desk work in the afternoon and connecting with staff on the type of things I just mentioned. At 4:45, I had a Newsmax interview, again, right here in the studio. Immediately followed up by a meeting with one of our studio staff people to set me up for an evening broadcast. Then I had, I had another conference call with my family about some things that we're preparing for my mom. And then after that, an evening dinner time taping here in the studio of a whole series of election broadcasts. You can see them on electionvideos.org. So I spent about an hour and a half here doing some taping of that. After which I got on the phone with Mark from our administrative team, did an end of day update with him. And then I checked in with our travel coordinator in the evening, who was doing an evening session, and he's the staff person that helps to plan our upcoming trips and evaluate our incoming invitations. Tuesday the 27th, very much of a similar day. Lots of staff meetings, tapings here in the studio, and work at my desk. The work at my desk and emails and so forth had to do with, first of all, some air conditioning units that are being replaced here in our building, my series of educational election videos at electionvideos.org, plans for the Good Shepherd seminar, the broadcast we do for clergy, planning for the masses that Father Begany will say here from our headquarters, planning with our administrative team about the possibility of increasing our texting communications out to our supporters, plans for a joint hosting of a podcast with one of the other pro-life leaders, communications with the National Right to Life Committee, plans for broadcasting, pro-life leaders online meeting, planning for that, planning for the upcoming call of our regional coordinators with Silent No More, and another video about the morality of voting. I did planning for that. Had the various meetings with the staff throughout the day, and had a special meeting at 3 p.m. with staff and administrative team about a special video project that they are proposing to do man-on-the-street interviews. That's always interesting. Then I did a late afternoon taping of our Praying for America program. And then at 4:30, met again here in the studio for setting up for some additional tapings, and then had a quick dinner, and then at 6:30 had a Skype interview here in the studio as well. And then finally, Wednesday the 28th, some of the items dealing with, at my desk, election videos, ballot measures, the Travelogue, our monthly newsletter, radio spots that I am writing up for one of the states that has the ballot initiatives. We're doing spots for all the states. Election call preparation, that's our election training call, and dealing with various media requests. Early morning meetings with staff, then a 10 a.m. Zoom call that Janet, our executive director, and I had with leaders over at National Right to Life. We've had a long and fruitful collaboration with them. Followed by a meeting with our social media and studio team, followed immediately after that with another meeting with just our social media coordinators. All right, that took me into late morning. At 12:15, I had a taping here in the studio of our Praying for America program. So I grabbed like a really quick 15-minute lunch just before that. 12:15, Praying for America, followed right away at 1 o'clock by another interview that lasted for a half hour from 1 to 1:30. And then at 1:30, had again to connect with my brother. We're helping my mom with some things. Had a call with him. And then at 2 o'clock, a Zoom meeting that Janet, our executive director, and I hosted for pro-life leaders. Now, these were national pro-life leaders that got on the Zoom call, and leaders from just about all the states that are having these abortion ballot initiatives. So we brought all these leaders together and had a very fruitful exchange for an hour over Zoom. Then at 3 o'clock, when that hour-long meeting was done, I jumped on a podcast that I was co-hosting with another pro-life leader, and then that was for another hour. Actually, we started a little bit late, so it went until about 4:30, at which time then I jumped on to an administrative call with our executive director and vice chairman. We were just connecting to make some decisions in regard to a national essay contest that we're going to be hosting this fall. You'll hear more about that. That was a 4:30 meeting. At 5:15, I was here again in the studio and had another interview with a national outlet. They wanted to interview me about, of course, obviously, it's always about abortion, the pro-life movement, and the elections. Did that interview, grabbed a quick dinner, and then at 7:15, I had a phone call for about 40 minutes or so with a political personality here in Florida. Followed by at 8 o'clock, we had our national election training call. So every month, and we're going to increase the frequency now, we connect on Zoom with our election volunteers from around the country. You can sign up for it at prolifevolunteer.com. And we did an update and training session for an hour. So that finished at 9 o'clock. At that point, I hopped on the phone for a little while with our executive director just to do some end-of-day follow-up. All right, so there it is. Sunday the 25th of August through Wednesday the 28th, that's what I did. Brothers and sisters, I'm all in on this work. You know how much I love doing this work. I will never tire of this work. I have as much joy doing it as the very first day in 1993 when I began full-time work in the pro-life movement. It's only going to get better. We're only going to see more victories. Thanks for being with us, sticking with us, and doing the work you do for this greatest of all human rights causes, the pro-life movement.